So a quick little video here. I need to talk to you again about the power of your mind and the way that it works and the limits on which your mind sets for your body. Most people, they struggle within their mind. Your body can push so much further than you are willing to even try. And that is where most people fail. Is they're like, I can't do this. Inside your mind, you're saying, that's impossible. There's no way I can push myself to do this. It hurts. I'm in pain. I'm uncomfortable. Every time you tell yourself stuff like that, when you aren't truly, really pushing yourself, all you do is set yourself even further behind. And not just physically, but mentally as well. Every time you tell yourself you can't do something and you keep it in the back, you're just allowing yourself more failure in the future. It's a losing mindset. And having a losing mindset is not going to get you far in this life. It's not going to bring you happiness. It's not going to allow you to find your passion and build off of it. It's not going to allow you to move to the next level. It's problematic, really. The reason I'm talking about this today is yesterday I did the Moonlight Run. I've never done any competitive running ever. Now, I'm a very competitive person, and yes, I work out a lot, but there's an enormous difference between running and bodybuilding. And I focus almost strictly on bodybuilding. I do very little cardio. Like, my warm-ups don't even include cardio half the time anymore. It's like dynamic stretching and a little bit of extra movements and stuff like that. But I decided I was going to sign up for this Moonlight Run. I had a good friend of mine that runs a lot. I had him come with me, which was great, by the way. Like, to have that extra little bit of a push. But as someone that doesn't run, right off the bat, I set limits. In my mind, I told myself that I was not going to make the entire run. I already knew that I was going to stop at some point and have to do like a speed walk, catch my breath, that kind of shit. I said that. I set that limit in my mind before I even started the race. And what it was that set that limit was knowing that I had to go down into the coulees. So there was 1,000 meters downhill, and that I had to run that same 1,000 meters back uphill. I had already told myself that no matter what, once I hit that hill, I'll be able to make it up a little bit, but I'm going to end up stopping, and that's where I'm going to lose a lot of my time, and I was going to start walking. And I didn't like that. I didn't like having that mindset that I was already setting myself up to stop. Setting myself up to essentially not push myself. But there's one thing that differs me from the largest majority of people. And it's that with my competitive mindset, my mind is actually stronger than my body. I have injured myself countless times because I have decided to push myself beyond the limits of what I can handle. I have given myself hernias. I have broken bones. I have tension fractures. I have tendinitis, carpal tunnel syndrome. I've got so many issues. I've got lower back problems from trying to push myself. I've got fucking tons of issues from pushing myself. But one thing to note is that through pushing myself and finding these limits, that helps me with other people so that they don't push those limits and that they don't go too far and hurt themselves. But most importantly is it's allowed me to become a stronger person mentally. That pushing myself to those limits semi-consistently has shown me this type of success that I can have in my life. Now, back on the topic about my run last night, I made the whole 6K. I didn't stop once. Ran the whole thing. Yeah, like, obviously it was a light jog at many points. But, like, I got to a point where I was like, yeah, I want to make it at least the 4K mark. And my buddy even said that. He was like, as long as you can make it to the 4K mark without stopping, like, it's like, that's pretty good. And then, you know, we could take like a minute break and get back on things. And I hit the 2 kilometer mark, hit the 3 kilometer mark. And I noticed I wasn't getting any more tired. I wasn't getting any more sore. I wasn't breathing any more heavily. And I was at like a good pace. And I wanted to keep pushing. And I pushed myself. And then we hit that 4K mark and we had to start going uphill soon. And as I was going, I'm seeing so many people slow down and walking. I saw people walk pretty much the whole hill. And it made me really think. I was like, you know what? No. I'm like, fuck this shit. I am going to push myself and I'm going to make it to the top of this hill. And even at that point, I still had it set in my mind that once I reached the top of that hill is when I was going to take that, you know, 10-second walk. And as I was pushing, like, and I pushed hard. I got up that whole hill. And I got to the top and I was like, what in the fuck kind of limits am I setting for myself? I'm like, I'm going to make this whole race. I'm going to go. And we had 1 kilometer left and we're going. And what's even crazier is I still didn't even get rid of that limit in my mind. I just kept pushing that post back and back and back. And my buddy was like, all right, man, I stuck with you this whole time. He's like, but around this last bend, I'm going to bust it. I want to finish strong. I'm going to sprint hard. And I looked at him, man, and I was gassed. I was, you know, my quads were burning, calves were burning. I was out of breath and panting, but I was pushing. And I looked at him, I was like, dude, I'm like, I got nothing left. I'm like, there's no sprinting. There's no strong finish for me. Like, making it to the end of this is a strong finish for me. And he's like, okay, man, I can see it, but I'm going to go. We fist bumped and he started taking off. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna at least kind of run a little bit. I'm like, I gotta push myself. Like, we're almost there. And I started running. Burn didn't get worse. I didn't get more tired. And I started fucking sprinting. And I was busting my ass. Now, he was like 30 feet ahead of me at this point, and I am busting my ass. Like, I can't remember the last time I tried moving my feet that fast, and I was just going. It had to be the craziest looking shit, seeing this blue ass unicorn just fucking sprinting to the finish line in this moonlight run. And like, I wanted to pass him so bad. Fuck, I wanted to pass him. And we ended up finishing with the exact same time, 35 minutes, 44 seconds in the 6K run, which is apparently a decent time. I'm not really sure. But it just goes to show, is like, my body was able to do that. I thought it was going to be more sore today, and I'm fine. But I was able to really push myself. And I just want to say, like, you too can push yourself like that. Like, you have no idea what your body can handle. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and kill yourself. I do not want anybody getting hurt. But I do want people to start pushing their limits a little bit. If you feel that you're starting to quit, and sometimes if you're starting to quit a little bit, and inside your mind, you're like, you kind of have that little thought, yeah, I'm just a little bitch. Stop being a little bitch. I don't mean to sound so blunt about it and sound like an asshole, but for real. You just push yourself a little bit further, and you'll really start to see, like, where all the opportunities open up in your life, where you can just do that little bit more, and next thing you know, you're pushing boundaries and really advancing. Mind over matter.